Last year was a very significant year for Exova, with the key milestone obviously being the listing on the London Stock Exchange in April. In terms of performance, we delivered what I would call solid performance last year, with underlying organic growth of 4%, and if we include the impact of acquisitions, just over double that at 8.1%. In terms of margin, we delivered underlying improvement of 20 basis points, and all of that was delivered against a backdrop which was somewhat more challenging than we expected at the beginning of the year. In terms of challenges, I think we faced two particular problems. The first was in our aerospace sector, where we saw slightly lower volumes than we'd expected. And that was really principally the result of delays in the supply chain that we serve, which we are now starting to see resolve as we move into 2015. The other one was in transportation in our North American business, where we'd expected a bit of decline in 2014, but that decline was a little bit sharper than we expected. Looking ahead, again, we're starting to see the order books and the order activity in transportation pick up. So that would indicate a gradual recovery into the second half of 2015. So if we look at 2014, there were many positives to our performance last year. If we start with our rest of the world region, including acquisitions, we delivered over 10% growth. And if we look in particular at the Middle East, we saw a very strong recovery where in places like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, to a lesser extent in Dubai, we saw a renewed investment in infrastructure which directly benefited our testing volumes, and we had some very good contract wins supporting that. If we move closer to home in Europe, we again delivered just around 10% growth if you include the impact of some very successful acquisitions like Catalyst. And in terms of the clusters within Europe, our fire business had a very good year, our calibration business had a good year, and our health sciences business won some very significant new business for food testing, which again benefited the 2014 results, and that will continue into 2015. If we turn to the Americas, despite the headwinds in aerospace and in transportation, we delivered just under 5% total growth, with again some very good performances in our health sciences business and in a number of our aerospace labs, notwithstanding some of the headwinds that we saw. Oil and gas was also a highlight in North America last year, although obviously conditions there are changing a little bit as we move into 2015. In terms of the outlook for 2015, we're expecting to deliver modest organic growth, which will then be accelerated through further M&A. We're expecting margins to be broadly similar to 2014. And if we look at our clusters, we're expecting continued good progress in the Middle East, in health sciences. We're expecting a gradual recovery in aerospace and transportation. And of course, we are facing some headwinds from the lower oil prices. We're feeling those a little bit in Western Canada, in our North Sea operations right now. We've taken action in terms of cost reduction and efficiency to reduce the impact of those headwinds. And overall, given the puts and the takes, we expect to deliver a solid year.